We are live. Welcome, everyone, as people join on. Good to see you. How are you, Chef Martin?
Very well. How are you, Laurie?
Good. It's windy but sunny here, so I'm enjoying the sunshine. I know others are not as lucky as
I've
I
been,
am.
I've been trying to snow here in Vienna. It snowed a couple of days ago. And
Oh
then for the
wow.
first time in 3 months, we had a little sun coming out, just like a little bit. Everybody's running out to get the sun and say hello to the sun.
A little vitamin D getting in your system. Yeah, no, there's no lack of sunshine here in Las Vegas. So, well, it looks like we got a good group finally joining us. So, welcome everyone.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Thanks for
South
joining us.
Carolina, Montreal. Wow, we got them all over the place. It's fantastic. So, do you want to start and share like how we're going to get more omega-3s in our diet?
So this is today based on Dr. Dominic Ng. N-G-N. I googled it a couple of times. So if I say it wrong, I hope the good doctor is not listening to me. It's gonna
He's in the
never forgive
UK,
me.
so maybe.
So yeah, no, it was so great to send his list by for the Brain Forum and all these foods he has, and it's amazing. He has so many foods. I have a little cheat sheet here. I gotta like look it all up because I don't know it top of my head. But everybody can read it up. I'm gonna post it in my next post. But so we have kimchi, we have kefir, we have sauerkraut, we have leeks, which I'm gonna cook with, and that's the gut-brain axis. And then he was talking about cerebrovascular blood flow. That means something to your doctors, to me as chef. It means
He's
something.
blood to the brain. The simple translation.
Why you don't just call it blood to the brain?
That would be too easy, Martin. There are words I can't pronounce, as you are well aware of. There'll be something here that you say that I'll go translate to
I think you
English.
would make a great soup chef by now. We have done it so many times now. I think the next time you should be cooking.
No, no, no. Let's not embarrass
I'll,
ourselves more than I do already every day.
I'll
So
be talking about the cerebrovascular blood flow or the good stuff. The cheat sheets right behind me.
perfect. That's awesome. Well,
Okay,
Marlene
so
says we
anyhow,
can
so
charge
that,
more. Well, just real
yes.
quick, remember, you can charge more if you add more. Marlene's saying I can charge more if I use bigger words.
Ooh, I need
There you go.
big mouthy words. Then there we go.
But I can't execute. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Martin, to interrupt.
So here he has roasted beets, spinach, and kale. Those were his things that he really wanted me to cook with. And I have included today beets, and I'm introducing this a little bit later. Next, he's talking about neuroinflammation, extra virgin olive oil, berries, and turmeric. So you can make your turmeric tea, make your matcha, your golden milk, have nice recipes.
Yep.
That is a fantastic thing. Then he talks about neuroplasticity. So what
Yes.
do we have here? This would be sardines and anchovies, and you can get fresh ones if you have access to it. In the winter, we can't get it here in Austria. I can get it, but rarely, right? So I don't really deal with that. And then he talks lastly about neurotransmitters, and he calls it the egg and pumpkin seeds and turkey. So that's one of his recommendations. So I'm going to post it in my site, and people can look it up. And if you're interested, the details. But I'm going to cook a very special dish. I'm going to cook a salmon today.
Okay, salmon. Okay. I don't eat meat, but it'll be interesting for those who do. So what about salmon? How are you going to do it differently?
So we're going to cook it so we can preserve for the omega-3 fatty acids. The problem is at 160 degrees it oxidizes, and we want to cook it very slow. And so the way I want to do it is I want to put my saute pan on. If I find it, let's see. I found the saute pan.
Step one,
We do,
accomplished.
we do want to do stainless steel, by the way. Okay, so
Okay.
that's the other thing. Yeah.
Why stainless steel?
I think that's the best because if you're using anything else, some of these tough ones flake off. Use a fresh one, you'll be fine, right? I mean, that's sort of the dilemma we run into. Okay, something is stirring a little bit. I have to coordinate that right off. Here we go. All right. I have a real stove on the other side, but it doesn't work out with the camera somehow. So okay. Are we gonna put on the glove? I'm gonna play doctor here today, okay? You ready?
Okay. All right. Doctoring your fish.
All right, here we go. Look, I brought gloves, right? So if I deal with fish, I use a glove. And
Okay.
I have a nice salmon here. Atlantic salmon, by the way, has the most omega-3 fatty acids. I have a nice fillet here. And this is actually with skin on. And the
Okay.
skin on, what it does for you is actually it helps me preserve the omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, so if I cook it without the skin, it's going to sear much faster. You're going to have a lower temperature, really. Okay, so for salmon, actually, you would want to be searing it with the skin on. I think that's actually the preferred method.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do with the salmon, it's very thin. Can you see like the belly side here? Okay,
Yeah.
and the belly side.
I know.
I don't think you like that. I don't think you like that.
I'm
The belly
I'm
side
I'm
out,
here.
okay?
I know there are many people who don't eat or eat animals. I just don't. So I'm here for the learning and because there's a healthier way to eat if you're going to include animal products in your diet. So it's important that we discuss these things. So and there are omega-3s in fish, but you can also get them other places, but that's okay. I'm here to observe and learn.
All right. So it's the breakfast thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the salmon off here from the belly side. Okay, the belly has the most fat. Or the chef's no. Can you actually see when I sliced it here? Not really. Right.
It's a little shy there.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Wait, let me just do it this way. Okay. Look shy. Is it like this?
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So what you see here is here's the big part right here.
Yep.
This big piece is the one that I'm gonna sear up. And then the belly cuts I'm actually gonna cook separately.
Okay.
The belly parts have the most fat, the most omega-3 fatty acids, but that
Okay.
means I'm gonna cook it very, very slow.
Slowly. Okay. So slowly at lower heat. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
I
And
gotcha.
taking the skin off for the belly part, chefs make tartars out of it. You can use it in many different ways. You try to cut it the same thickness,
Right.
and it's not the pieces that you would want to have with everything else. Okay, can you see this now? They're
Yeah.
they're
And
just really
Marlene's
so
asked, can you explain what the belly parts are? What does that mean exact? Like it's the actual underbelly of the fish, correct? The belly.
exactly.
Okay.
So if you have the whole fillet, this is the fillet now, or push it out.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
and the belly would be here, this part of it that
So
I
that's just the
trimmed off.
side of the fish. Yeah.
Exactly, it's
I
the side
gotcha.
of the fish. It's like the bacon. Bacon has so much fat because I mean the fish stays warm with the
Ah.
belly, right? That's the
Okay.
same layer, if you will.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So the omega-3 fatty acids are there, but I trim it separately, and here are the little pieces.
Okay.
And what you can do is you can use this for stir fry, you can use this for sautés. And today I'm going to make a noodle dish out of it. But it cooks
Noodle
very, very
dish.
fast. So you don't want to put it on the stove top. It's going to totally destroy omega-3 fatty acids. Not destroy it, but they're going to oxidize.
Okay.
Okay. So for Dr. Ames dish, what we have here is a crust. You want me to do pumpkin seeds. So we got to
Okay.
stick with the science here, okay?
Okay.
I have my pan at medium heat. I want to make sure it's hot. And what I'm going to do is I cook the skin side down first. Okay, second, I have a little spice blend that I'm going to season it with.
What's in your spice blend?
This is a one, which is, I'm going to explain it maybe better next time. It's actually a French spice blend with shallots. That's the key of it. And there's turmeric in there, and there is black pepper, cardamom, and a spice mix like that. But I
Cardamom.
season it first, and now I'm going to put it in my pumpkin seed crust. It's a
Okay.
crushed pumpkin seeds,
There's just crushed pumpkin seeds, nothing else?
nothing else.
Okay.
And what I do here is, so this is again for the neurotransmitters.
Neurotransmitters, yeah. Choline in particular for the
And so
brain.
this goes
Oh,
right
wow.
onto
Okay.
the raw fish, just like this.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
skin side is empty. And what I'm going to do here is I put the oil in there, a mess of the pan.
You're using olive oil?
Yeah, I use a little olive oil. It's a little bit on the hot side, but I'm pouring it aside right now. Okay. I'm gonna set the house on fire. It's that hot. It's I have
Oh,
to just
geez.
wait a second to let the oil chill down a little bit.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Putting it in. What I do is I want to squeeze. Can you see that?
Is the skin side down or is it skin side up?
Skin side down.
Got it. Skin side down. Okay.
I'm gonna take this a little bit off the flame because it got very, very hot. Okay,
Okay.
too hot. I want to chill it down. And again, I
Okay.
normally don't cook with this little stove top. I cook on the other side. Okay.
Yeah. Got a little hotter than expected.
But if this happens to you at home, it doesn't matter. Just take it off the heat and just let it sit for a little while. Okay.
Okay.
And open the lid a little bit. I'll get the fire department coming here.
That would be an exciting life to have the fire department come.
You won't believe how many times this happened in our restaurant, like at the Riverside Grill and at the Riverside Grill with the fire department there all the time. You have a little pan that's too hot. You set something off, the whole fire department of the Salt came to my restaurant.
Basalt, Colorado. They probably miss you. You probably fed them when they came.
Oh, of course, of course. Okay, so the trick is to get salmon, as you see it here. We're gonna let this skin side sear for like 5 minutes
Okay.
because it also protects the omega-3 fatty acids
Okay.
from the skin, protects the oils. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah. The skin's
If
protecting
you
you.
cooked it another way, I certainly wouldn't want to have the pan quite that hot. Okay, if you cook
Yeah.
it without skin, you start much lower temperature.
Okay.
I'm looking for crispy skin here.
Okay.
All right. Take my stuff out. And like I say, I'm going to give this 5 minutes now.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple different ways how I can cook this now. I have a method, a really nice one, where you put it in the oven. So you can totally cook it in the oven. Like it's sausage in a really high-end restaurants. You cook it at 250 degrees.
Okay.
And a 1-inch salmon fillet, you're cooking for 45 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a long time.
And it's really buttery and creamy, and it's very rich, and you really preserve the most of the fish. It looks like raw fish, actually.
Okay.
I know you probably don't want to hear that either.
Well, I grew up in New Mexico in the desert, so I never ate fish either. So I've never been a fish eater ever in my entire life. So I don't think I've ever even cooked fish when I did eat meat. And I haven't eaten meat in 14 years. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been a while.
So we actually had our own pond. We had a trout pond.
Oh, a
In
trout
Austria.
pond. Wow.
Yeah.
And when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And so you catch around fish and, trout. There's a good amount of omega-3 fatty acids.
Yeah.
So in 6 ounces of trout, you will actually find the daily requirement of omega-3 fatty acids as well.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I
In
think that
salmon, it's 3.5 ounces, right?
okay. Yeah, when I was a kid, we had, I think, catfish. My mom would make catfish if we ever caught catfish in the river. Oh, wow. Look at that. Catfish the bottom dwellers.
Hello. All right.
So you're cooking it on the stove, and then total time cooking it on the stove is how long?
Because this is a little bit thicker, I'm going to cook this about 7 minutes.
Okay,
I
7
take
on
one of
this
those, yeah,
7 just on the skin side and then flip or no?
5 to 7 minutes on the skin side, right?
Okay.
Depending on how hot the oven is. We all chefs always leave out the fish and bring it to room temperature. So it's going to cook much, much better. If you have an ice cold fish, that's going to stay raw in the middle
Oh,
and it's not going to cook properly. Okay. So you would
gotcha.
actually want to leave it out for 30 minutes for us, the fish. That's much, much better cooking.
I gotcha. That's probably better for anything that you're trying to cook that's been in the fridge or freezer or
Yeah.
fridge. That makes more sense. Okay.
So now we're going to cook, bear in mind, with the gut brain axis, we're going to cook the leeks here in the little pot.
All
Okay.
right. I'm getting excited for going back to vegetables.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm a big
Okay.
fan of eating those things. Go ahead.
We're doing a very simple water sauteing, okay?
Okay.
Because I have already all these calories in the fish.
Right. That is a lot of calories for sure.
So I don't want to pile on more calories. I want to actually have a contrast between the rich fish and then the lower caloric side dish, okay?
Okay.
And the prebiotic is actually the leeks. I've cut it in nice strips here. So that is the first step of it.
Okay. Do you know any
And I'm
good
going
leek
to cook the
sprouts?
leeks just in there like this. For classic recipes, you always will see, the leeks, put them in oil, in butter, and so on.
Yep.
And, that's are nice and good. But if you use the butter, be aware, calories add up so fast, right? So you're all of a sudden going to have 300 calories before you know it. You're
Yeah.
overshooting.
Yeah.
Then you have the salmon on top of it.
Yeah.
Just be careful how you make the sauce, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And as for a woman, that's probably more than half your daily calories already. Wow.
Okay. So you
Okay.
got leeks, just strips of leeks. Okay. And all I'm doing is I have lentils. The
Brown.
lentils from Dr. Chris Miller. She recommended this last time for the fiber content.
And those are brown lentils?
Yeah. And then, so these are French lentils here, okay?
Okay.
And then I have pre-cooked some beets.
Okay. Amazing.
So
Nitrates.
if you cook this dish at home and you have baby beets, you can chop up the beets and cook it right with your lentils. That will totally work. So it's going to turn red. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to just cook that right in here right now. I'm going to just sort of warm it up.
Okay.
And then I have a little spinach. So these are my ingredients. And again, this is totally for Dr.
Dr. Dominic.
Dominic's dish here. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is not really, this is 7-in-1 ingredients. So out of all the list, he has 10, 12 ingredients, and I managed to get 7
That,
of them in one recipe.
that's impressive. Okay.
This feels like Chopped, these cooking shows where they have where they
They're
ask you
like,
to cook with
surprise. You're like this every week. Surprise.
the surprise ingredient of these.
Oh my gosh. You should be on a show then. Maybe we get you on a TV show.
I think this is our show. This is all I can handle.
Low key.
Okay. So let's take a look at the salmon now. It's been cooking on the
Okay.
side. You can see the bottom is cooked nicely. And I'm
Okay.
going to use a hard spatula to right underneath it, okay?
Okay.
And it comes off. I'm going to flip it right over. Look at this
Okay.
beauty. It's just perfect, okay?
Okay. I'll trust you on that.
And what you want to do is you cook the other side just long enough. You may see chefs who actually use a little garlic. They
Okay.
sauteed in garlic or that kind of method. So you can play with all this. But for home cooking, I recommend try this method. This works really well. And it allows you to not overcook it. That's the
Okay.
key of the salmon, really, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
There's one more trick that the chefs use. We cook it on the sides. Okay,
Oh,
so I take it out sometimes and I cook the side here.
oh wow. Okay. And why do you do that?
So like
Just
right
for more
here, you can
sealing?
see on top, there's a little white spots there.
Yeah.
That's protein right here.
Okay.
And that happens if you actually, okay, on step internet. That happens if the salmon doesn't get cooked on the side. So if you cook it on the side, you can avoid that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So you're
So
doing that first before you do the top and the bottom? You're doing the sides first?
yeah, in a restaurant setting, I go but one by one on each side of the fish I'm
Oh, wow.
tossing in the pan to
Okay.
seal it all around. Okay.
I gotcha. Okay.
But there's reality in home cooking, right? So I always think like even when I cook at home,
Yeah.
well, you have so many more things going on than just cooking the one fish, right? So sometimes an issue like, oh, maybe it's better to just bake it in the oven.
Yeah.
It's the practicality, right? How
Right.
can you do it so it works, okay? So
Gotcha.
my veggies are finished.
Okay.
And all I'm gonna do in the veggies, I'm gonna add my spinach to it. Once you
Okay.
put the spinach in, and again, the spinach is part of the ce- cerebral vascular blood flow. So it's right here. Did I get it right?
You did. Dark green leafies. Yes. Excellent.
All right.
So, uh, Fatima says, I ruined my salmon when flipping it. The skin sticks. What can she do about that?
Wait, say it again.
Fatima is saying that when she ruins her salmon, she says when she's flipping it because the skin will stick. What can she do about that?
You're flipping it too early. That's the
You're, flip,
problem.
you're flipping it too early? Okay.
Yep. Do you see how brown this is?
Yep.
So you want to actually leave it in the saute pan for 5 to 7 minutes. And
Okay.
once it's properly cooked, it actually comes off the saute pan automatically.
Okay.
It, it will separate actually.
Okay. So there you go. Fatima, I hope that helps. Let us know if that works. And then Paul's asking, how do you crush? You use pumpkin seeds, not sunflower seeds, correct?
Pumpkin seed, well, anything more than pesto, for example, that's my favorite to go to. I
The
just
mortar and
flipped the
pestle.
fish over again. Look at this.
Yep. Oh yeah. So it didn't stick at all. Okay.
Okay. We're going to cook it a little bit more on this side. This right now is actually a little bit on the rare side still, so I'm going to still slowly keep cooking it. What
Okay.
I want is I want a medium rare, right?
Okay.
You can put the thermometer in there and it's 125. That's the best way for the home cooks to do it for sure.
125.
125. Or when
Okay.
you cook a lot of fish like I have, I just touch it like this and I know it's rare right now. I'm going to flip it over one more time. Use with my finger.
Oh my goodness.
Going to
You must
weight
not
it
have
down a
any
little
senses
bit
left in you.
more.
How did you feel anything when you turned over a hot fish in a
You should
pan?
know I don't have feelings. I don't. It's all gone. My fingers are shut, you know.
You just like are picking up a hot fish in an oil and gonna flip it over. Please do not do this at home. Please. We cannot be held responsible.
All right.
Huh.
Okay. So, like, I got already my dish finished here.
Oh wow, okay. So this is the leeks, the spinach, the beets.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And we're gonna put this on the plate. Can you see the plate here? Yeah.
Yep, yep.
I put my feet aside. It's beautiful thing. Okay.
And that's the cool thing is how you played it because it's so fun to see the prettiness, the beauty of the food itself.
Yeah,
You,
I think you really eat our music alive. So, and then the real special treat today is crebiche, sauce crebiche,
what'd you say? Crebiche?
sauce crebiche.
This is the word of the day, guys. What is it again?
It's a French sauce. It's a classic French sauce.
Oh, do I look like I might actually have some French in my genetics, but it is not being expressed very well. So can you please spell that for me?
Crebiche, and I cannot spell it. G-R
G?
IBICH. I'm making stuff up.
Where's
I'm
Carolyn?
gonna write it. The recipe's gonna come on my
All right.
Substack anyways.
Niche. Carolyn, help translate. Okay.
Good
So,
luck. Okay, so this is for the neurotransmitters.
okay. Well,
This
I don't know what is in it. What's in it?
the secret ingredient. There is eggs in there.
There's eggs in
Dr.
there
Darling has told me I have to use eggs in this dish for the neurotransmitters.
or the
And
choline.
pumpkin
Okay.
seed.
Okay.
So, are you ready for the spelling? I got the spelling here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gribiche.
Gribiche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Gribiche. Gribiche.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to show you now how we do it in the restaurant. When you cook a fish, you don't serve it right away. You put it on a paper towel.
Okay.
This is a classic chef's trick. And the reason why you do this is because you saw the oil that they used, that olive oil,
Yeah.
and it's always oxidized, it's always burnt, right? So
Right.
all the good chefs in good restaurants, they put it on a little paper towel like this, just shortly to drop it on. Okay.
Gotcha.
At home, maybe you don't do it. I just use it like this, and you see all that oil came right on here.
Ah, wow. Okay.
So the oxidized
Keep
oil
that
is
little
on
extra.
top. Exactly. Bam. And let me just see there. Now I'm going to use my sauce, three biche, which by
So,
the way has capers in there as well. You could put anchovies in there. There's lots of parsley. But the real trick of it is the acidity. Because when you have a rich fish, what do you want in contrast? A lot of acidity.
so this just speaks to the flavor profiling. So if you have something rich, more acidic to balance that out. Oh, wow. That is pretty. I don't know if I need Grabiche in my life, but okay. It is very pretty though. Wow. So what's inside the Grabiche? You said eggs and something?
Lots of herbs, lots of parsley,
Okay.
capers. Capers is the key
Capers.
ingredient. And again, this is another item that you actually recommended for brain health, right?
Okay. Yeah, because the choline.
And so then we have the eggs or the shallots. You have mustard in there. Lots of sharp vinegar. Traditionally, white wine vinegar. I use apple cider vinegar.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it.
There we go.
Okay. Grabiche
That
and
is
stew.
that is one dish. Should we
Okay.
cook another one? Do we have that much time?
Yeah,
How many people do we have on here?
we have
Everybody
I
up for
don't
another?
there's some more folks around here somewhere. If they don't get exasperated by my lack of ability to speak, they're still here, I think. They're here to watch you make some
Good.
yumminess.
Let's
Fatima
do,
checked Grabiche.
let's do another non-crepish dish. Okay. Thank you for the heart.
Grabiche. And we did have a question from Marlene. She was asking if leeks were more beneficial than onions. I don't think so. I think they're just a little bit different, especially if you're looking at different colors. They're both part of the allium family. So I think onions probably had the higher quercetin amounts. So leeks are just cool. I love leek soup. Leek soup is so good.
It's
Yeah,
the flavor, really. That's
it's nice.
big step up.
It's not as strong, right? Just kind of you kind of get the same It's not as strong there.
Exactly, right? So an onion is a great for a base. Anything you roast, like a ragu, you make and all these background flavors.
Yeah.
And the leek is a little more like a finishing onion. Think of it more like if you
Mm.
would use a green onion or something like this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
much prefer the leeks for the flavor. The Japanese have it all over. Leek is the chef's secret, right? Because we use
Mhm.
it everywhere, really, right? It
Yeah.
has such unique flavor, but you got to be careful. If you cook it too long, you lose the flavor.
Okay.
If
Gotcha.
you're, if it's, I should take that back a little bit. So if you're cooking that in a soup too long or something, right? So if you cook it by itself or you're roasting it, the flavor comes out great. As soon
Huh.
as you add with other stuff too much, too long, then you lose the flavor. Make sense?
Oh, yeah. 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 Absolutely. Someone's asking, isn't wild salmon better than Atlantic, which is always farmed?
Yes, absolutely. Because the Atlantic salmon, a lot of the farm-raised salmon is actually, what would you call that? It has synthetic omega-3 fatty acids, right? They're putting stuff to it for the coloring.
Wow.
And in my article, I write all the details about it, what they actually get fed. So the farm-raised salmon, I really like, guys, really watch out. Don't buy the cheap salmon
Yeah.
because we chefs know even when you lift up the fish, it falls apart. It like flakes apart. They add
Yeah.
so much oil to it. This is like the chicken of whatever, the ocean, right? They
Yeah.
put it in these big farm lots. The
Yeah.
water is a little bit dirty in some of the cheaper one, the mass produced one, right?
Yeah.
So those are good farmers, but you have to pay extra money for it. It's definitely worth it. And then you get the natural, it's not the coloring that you have. When you look at coho salmon or any of the wild salmon, it's dark, it's all different red color, right?
Gotcha. Sure.
So that makes a big difference. Definitely wild salmon whenever you can.
Um,
Okay, got to
yeah.
cook another dish. Yes. You have another
Yes.
question?
No. I'm no. Mm-mm. I just be careful with farmed fish just because there's a lot of antibiotic use, there's infections and yeah. Yeah.
So if I use oil, my preferred one sometimes is also like sesame.
Oh, that's
I'm
sesame
still
oil
gonna
that
cook.
you just put
You're
sesame
gonna,
oil in there? Sorry.
yep. And this is for flavor.
And what
Uh,
else did you put in there? Are those other little fish parts?
Kentucky mushroom.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Excellent.
Did you say if these are fish heads? Is that what you were asking me?
Other little fish parts. You left belly fat out here somewhere that you said you were going to use it
No.
sometime. No, these are shiitake mushrooms. Okay.
More leeks, guys. More leeks.
Okay.
Like right in
Shiitake.
here.
Awesome. Okay. I love both of those. Excellent.
Okay. That should be. Should I put it on the side?
Okay.
So I guess if you talk to a lot of scientists, they can of course recommend the olive oil over it. The olive oil would be maybe a better choice, right? But on the other hand, um, for me, what I prefer personally, and this is just a personal preference, if I use a little sesame seed oil with a tiny amount, with like 30 calories, I can flavor an entire dish. If
Mm.
I use olive oil as a flavoring, I need at least 120 calories to get that nice potency
Oh
of
wow.
olive.
So you're just saying on the flavor profile, the potency is more on the sesame.
It's more intense in the sesame. Okay, so look, guys, we're
Gotcha.
just cooking leeks and we're cooking shiitakes.
Okay.
I have to say here, this is actually Julia Fratantoni.
Fran and Tony.
Julia Fratantoni. Did I get it right?
Brant and Tony. Yes. Brant and Tony.
Fratantoni.
Brant
Thank you.
and Tony. Dr. Julie. She's got a great blog,
So this
great
is
Substack.
this is inspiration from her dish, from her
Okay.
recipes.
Okay.
And I'm going to post the recipe separately. So today I'm actually going to go, you can check it out in 30 or in an hour. We're going to post hopefully the salmon recipe, the
Okay.
first one.
Okay.
Second salmon recipe I'm cooking right now is from Julia Tony, and we're cooking with matcha. I'm cooking with tahini. I have the salmon in there because she also suggested salmon.
Okay.
But I'm showing you this very special trick. Remember the first time when we cooked the thick fillet and it took 8 minutes or so, right?
Right.
Now we have the little pieces, the little belly pieces we cut earlier.
The
Right
fish
here.
ones. Yep.
And what I want to make sure is that I don't overcook it.
Oh, okay. Okay. And
If
the
I
how
put
big are
them in right now, I would destroy the omega-3 fatty acids.
so how big are your little pieces so we can just kind of understand? Are they about in half inch?
You see?
So half inch ish, quarter inch? No, half inch.
What is that? A fingernail.
I don't
Half
know.
inch?
Half inch.
Anybody suggestions? How big is my fingernail? I don't know how big my fingernail is. I have no idea.
I don't know. Half inch maybe?
It's 2 centimeters, maybe. I don't know.
2.54 centimeters is an inch. Oh, but small. Smaller than your fingernail, around the size of your fingernail. So there you go. We can gauge on there. Some people might have bigger fingernails, some people might.
Okay. I'm gonna stop the cooking.
Okay.
I have to do this outside of the camera. It's steaming everything up. Can you see it?
Yep.
And so
Yep.
I stop the cooking once my leeks are nice and crisp a little bit. I want
Okay.
to capture that flavor. And so I
Okay.
put a little veggie stock in there, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Next step is I've cheated. I've gone ahead and actually made a sauce with matcha.
Wow.
Look at this
Okay.
beauty.
Nice. So
And
just
this is
matcha.
tahini, garlic, there's ginger in there.
Oh,
There's so much good stuff in there. Okay, little date syrup. Of the recipe, we're gonna release the recipe in 3-4 days or something. Okay,
okay. Okay.
matcha dressing.
Matcha dressing. It was, oh wow, it's like chef's kiss worthy. I think we need to get a repeat. How did you do that? Oh, it's 3 fingers.
Takes
Okay.
practice, lots of practice. Okay, next, guys, I have for anybody with blood sugar problems, I have cognac noodles. These are sort of like sweet potato noodles. They are starch noodles.
Okay.
They're not nutrient dense. You don't eat them for nutrient density. You eat them because the blood sugar doesn't spike. No carbohydrates. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a great trick to do this. Okay. So I have them in a bowl. This is what these noodles look like.
Okay.
And you just wash them with hot water.
Okay. And that's it?
Okay. So I'm doing this right here. I'm just washing them with hot water here in my sink. You cannot see it, but I'm just washing the noodles.
Okay.
Okay.
You're good. You're washing the noodles with hot water in your sink off
You
camera.
could also, what you can do too for a trick is you can put a little hot tea water over it or so, and then it gets hot right away. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm gonna put my noodles in my dish just like this.
Oh wow. Okay. Did you just put your fingers in a hot pan again? Oh my gosh.
There, just like this. And look at this.
I
Only
can't believe
now.
you're stirring that.
Oh, only now to put it some salmon in. Look at this, like bam,
Bam. Is
bam.
that a cooking method? Bam.
You see it like it. You know who used to do this? Emerald Lagasse. Anybody knows Emerald Lagasse?
No.
Bam.
Bam. Bam. Okay, it is a special technique. Bam, guys. I wanted you to see how bam. Wow. Okay.
So you see this, the fish is still raw right now, okay?
Okay.
But for home cooking, too many times we chef, I think, make the mistake of doing extra saute pan. You do it this, you do it that way, okay? And what happens is then for the home cook, they don't know what to do with that because even
Yeah.
I cannot cook like this at home. I gotta be honest, right? So if I have my family here, I have enough time to have like 3 saute pan and then I cook the salmon separately and I cook my pasta and this and that. It's gotta be one saute pan, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And
That
then
makes a lot of sense.
Hmm?
That
Yes?
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
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 So the best method is just leave it in there like this. But I'm going to go very fast with this now. So once this is heated up, once I coat my salmon on the outside, right? I just want it to look a little white all around.
Okay.
I add my sauce to it. I warm it through and I serve it.
Wow. Okay. How long does it take you to warm it through?
Like just as you see, we're dealing with minutes here, right? So 120 seconds or something.
Okay.
So another suggestion here was the hemp seed. You know the hemp seed?
Ah, yeah, hemp seeds, good omega-3s from plants, ALA, and protein.
So Dr. Frantoni actually suggested to use these. But
Yeah,
I don't want, like obviously you have nuts and seeds, you don't want to cook them too long. You add them at the very end to preserve the nutrients, the delicate nutrients.
gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, my fish is perfect. It's like perfect medium rare right now.
Okay.
I'm going to add my sauce to it. And you got to just go with same. Wow, it's good.
Wow, you're licking your finger good.
I, I can add some more spinach to it now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
And I have a little bit mint here. Okay, so I got to like make this dish now. Yeah, let's take a look. That salmon looks beautiful now. Just barely cooked. Don't go too long, right? This is the ones that once you put the salmon in, you don't want to walk away. You just sort of want to baby it and then serve it.
Okay.
Now I put the hemp seed in. I put a little bit black sesame seeds in.
Black sesame seeds?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And the famous German chef Witzigmann was telling me the key to good cooking is to stick with the flavor you want to highlight. So if you call it matcha, a matcha sauce, you want to highlight the matcha. It should taste a little bit like the matcha, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't want to
I gotcha
overpower this
matcha.
with all these other spices now. I just want to have the matcha in there. Makes
I
sense?
gotcha matcha. I gotcha matcha.
Gotcha matcha.
That's it, guys. I gave you the nice name, gotcha matcha. But how do you highlight the particular flavor that you're saying? Is it just because it's the bit of the stronger flavor that you're like, what do you mean highlight?
So this is in my secret sauce that I will reveal to everybody in 3 days from now.
Okay, we're
It's
gonna be revealed in 3 days. Got it.
exactly. But every time you make a matcha sauce, so I can tell you right up front, it also depends everything else you put with it, right? Your tahini
Right.
sauce is going to be different from mine. The ginger may be strong. I don't know, right? So taste always the sauce. The key to good sauces, to good food is always to taste it, adjust it at the end
Okay.
to your liking. Okay. So there we go. As
Wow.
chefs, we always put like a little bit the salmon then on top. If I see a little salmon pieces, up, there we go. And then I do a little bit more ham seed.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I can do just a little bit. I have a little bit mint here.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to just take a few leaves here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tear them on. You don't want to cut them small. You just want to tear them just like this. So
Okay.
when you actually bite into the dish, you actually get the flavor of the mint a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
So you're eating matcha, you get a little piece of salmon, then you get the mint, and it pops it. Make sense?
So the dish, pretty much everything. What could you replace the salmon with for those who don't eat fish?
Well, really, we're talking with the EPA fats and the DHA fats, right?
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know. I mean, I got fascinated with the Dr. Dean Ornish on Alzheimer's study,
Mm-hmm.
and I eat mostly vegetarian. I really got to be honest, I eat fish only maybe every 3, 4 weeks. So if I go on vacation or something,
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat that much fish anymore. So I really actually use supplements. And Dean Ornish talks about that in his Alzheimer's study from 2025, right? I thought it was very fascinating, right? So I
So we
take twice a week right now.
Yeah, I take omegas daily, but could you put tofu just for the replacement of, the fish in the sense of not necessarily the nutritional profile, but just for protein and, the consistency? Like tofu would be an interesting
Yeah, I
or would
mean,
you
you
use
can.
something else? Beans
I
of some
do
sort?
actually surprisingly good dishes with these cognac noodles, and because you're missing the fiber, I actually use always these beans.
Yeah.
So I
Like what
play
kind
with
of
the
beans?
suki beans. They're super
Mm,
nice, quick, easy cooking.
okay.
I'm experimenting with those. I think these are one of the best dishes they can cook for beans. You cook them super fast. They use it for dessert, right? But I find actually I could put some azuki bean. I have some in the refrigerator. I can put them on here and they'll be delicious, right?
Okay.
And I get a lot more fiber. I get all these
High protein.
additional protein in them.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. So those who eat, fish, this was a great lesson on how to maintain at least the nutrients that you're looking for. And then there's some options for those who want to replace it with something else. There you go.
And there is the
And
salmon
the what?
with the
Stogmund?
salmon with gribiche sauce. Remember the
Gerbiche sauce.
gribiche
Yes. Gerbiche and salmon. Awesome.
salmon, and it's made with specifically with the eggs with the neurotransmitting benefit
Good.
and capers and the beets and the spinach. And so 7 ingredients. I'll list them so everybody actually knows what the benefits are of these
Cool.
ingredients.
That's awesome. And so this recipe will be available here in today, and then I'll link to it today in the article summary. And then 3 or 4 days, you'll release the other one,
The matcha recipe,
the
and then the
matcha.
conclusion of the brain forum is actually so. We're not doing one next Wednesday, right? You're actually interviewing
No.
everybody. Yeah,
So next Wednesday, starting Monday, that came quick, was basically our brain health mini Substack summit. And I'm interviewing 6 people, including Martin. He'll be at the end and we'll talk about all the recipes again. Just in summary, you won't be cooking all of them, but just discussing all the different recipes and the requests and what to look for. It'll be a summary article, have all the article or the interviews. But then starting Monday, I think we started Dr. Annie Finn on Monday, but at 10 a.m. Pacific, I'll be going live with each of those doctors, also posting on our page and their page, respective page, um, the live interview. So it'll be about half an hour at 10 a.m. every day next week. Really learning about brain health and how we can really increase our longevity with our brains. So that's amazing. It'll be
yeah.
fun.
I have 2 more recipes coming out. So I have the matcha recipe, and then there's one more with sardines and anchovies. A beautiful Moroccan dish coming up. So with
Oh,
chamura, check out for that. I mean, that really is coming middle of the week. That's gonna be
yeah.
chamura is such a great recipe, right? But they're
Chamure?
actually doing charmula.
Oh Lord, charmula?
Charmula.
What is
A
charmula?
Moroccan recipe. I'm gonna do
Oh, that's just
Moroccan.
the name of it. Charmula.
So everybody else is always doing blue zone recipes, and I think they're wonderful. And I don't want to
Ah,
touch them, right?
gotcha.
Because I don't want to compete with that.
Yeah.
So I've come up with super nice recipe, a classic dishes also from France. That Spain corridor will be very
Wow.
interesting. That's coming out in 5 days from now for anybody who really wants to go with
Wow.
anchovies and sardines. And that sort of is my recipe conclusion then. And next Saturday, we're going to do the big one where we try everything together. So, right?
Awesome. That's fantastic. Well, I'll watch you try it, or if you do make anything. No,
So,
this is awesome. Thank you so much, Martin. This was amazing, as usual.
thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it very much.
Yep, and definitely subscribe to Chef Martin's Oswald. I'll put the link in the post on mine. If you guys want to get these amazing recipes day after day, just incredible. I'm telling you, he works so hard. And Carolyn, his wife, works so hard to really bring these amazing recipes to you. So thanks again, Martin. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Till next week. See everybody
Yeah.
then.
See you guys next week.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.